Chris, we got something special today.
Very, very special.
Murr, James Murray, Murr from
Yes.
Impractical Jokers is going to
Yes.
give the Carolina Panthers a pep talk.
Ooh.
Let's get this sucker started.
Get dialed in, Panthers fans. Here comes an in-depth look at your team. Exclusive interviews. Locker room insight. Let's huddle up for Panthers Playbook. Here are your hosts, Dennis Cox and Chris Lea.
This is a little bit of departure from what we've normally done, but we figured, like, let's have a little break. It's the off season, and let's have some laughs about what's going on in sports. So we've invited our guy Murr from Impractical Jokers. Murr, thank you so much. You're going to be in Raleigh this weekend at Raleigh Improv on Friday night and Saturday night. So people go out there, get your tickets. And if you don't know this guy, go ahead and watch Impractical Jokers on TBS. I watch it pretty much almost every night. So Murr, I fall asleep to you and your guys.
I'm glad we put you to bed. That's good.
I don't know how uncomfortable that is for you, but I really appreciate everything that you guys do.
The most uncomfortable I've ever been, my wife and I were on the beach one time on the Jersey Shore, and the lifeguard, he's like 22, whatever, 23, comes up to us. He's giggling like an idiot. I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" He goes, Murr, I'm a big fan. I was like, "All right, thanks, man." He goes, "Can I confess something to you?" I was like, "Okay, go ahead." He goes, "Me and my girl do it to your show." I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?" That creeped me. That's crazy. I'd rather
That's stupendous
than keep you up, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. That's you know what? Of all confessions to make, that's the one that you do with somebody that you meet for first time. Like, oh, by the way, I'm so-and-so. This is what my girlfriend and I do. Thanks for watching.
You would think if you were an R&B singer, you'd get that, and instead of like, a comedian, but I guess maybe you can laugh and do it at the same time. I don't know.
You listen to some smooth R&B, I got it. Put you in the mood. You listen to me get 4 prostate exams on TV. That does not put you in the well, maybe it does. I don't know.
It's a little bit of foreplay, I guess. I don't know.
All right. So one of the things that I love about you guys' show and what you guys do, Murr, is the punishments, I guess you can say, for lack of a better term, for losing. If you're not, it's, for example, you have a tattoo from a loss, from my understanding. You also got married as a result of losing something. Us being in the sports world, if a team has the worst record in the league, they get, I feel like, rewarded with the #1 overall pick. I feel like there needs to be more penalty for sports teams, whether it's the owner of the team. We cover the Carolina Panthers, David Tepper, or
a lot of losing.
And there's a lot of losing going on. I feel like there needs to be more punishment for teams that lose more often, and players too.
It's like Sal, it's a lot of losing. Yeah. We're the Sal of
Sal and I hold the record for we're the biggest losers, although he's slightly bigger than me. But I think I think that's the most fun part of our show is the losses. I love losing because it's a chance to spotlight things in different ways that we do. But like when I fly to Raleigh this weekend, I will be flying from Newark Airport on Friday morning, and to this day, because of Impractical Jokers, I'm pulling my wallet out. My license still has no eyebrows. They made me shave my eyebrows and my hair and get a light go to the DMV. It's a 10-year punishment. I have one more year of looking like Lex Luthor's penis,
Listen, that has. Do people look at you like if you go out to bars or whatever, like they don't know you pull that out? Like what is the reactions to that?
My friend, you're very kind for thinking I have to show ID anymore.
Sorry about that.
Age, B, I look like a pharmacist. Nobody's carding me anymore.
Okay, well, but let's say you get pulled over by a police officer and they look at that and be like, "That's no way."
Now you're thinking this has got me out of so many tickets. I swear to God, my wife will tell you so many times when I pull out the license, cops burst out laughing. I think they pull me over just to see the license. I really did.
That's funny. That is funny. So Murr is here joining us, or talking about just sports and things in general. I know you guys have had sports stars that have been a part of you guys' show. You also had punishments at big sporting events. I want to know who's who's been the best sports star or event that you've worked with?
I don't know if you saw, but we had what's today, Tuesday? We had a new TV show premiere 2 nights ago on Sunday night after the NBA All-Star game. We have a new show that the guys and I co-created with Anthony Davis, formerly of the Lakers, now the Mavericks, right? We created a show with him called Foul Play. It just aired on Sunday night on TBS, and it's a famous celebrity athletes pranking their other athlete friends each episode. Man. And so Q's in the pilot episode, then we're all going to be in different episodes of the show. So AD pranked so many different athletes, like friends of his that only he has access to. And we're hoping to get LeBron in an episode coming up. And it's like athletes pranking friends, family, other sports stars. The episode is if you haven't seen it, the episode is great. It's so funny.
But did Anthony Davis text you when he got traded to Dallas, being like, "Haha, good one"?
He didn't run it by me first, no, but you know. It's so funny. Like so much of the pilot episode was about him being on the Lakers, and then of course, 2 weeks ago he gets traded, and we had to go in and reopen the episode and take out half the Lakers references. We went all in on Lakers, and then he's like, "I'm gone, peace." We had wrestlers on the show. Chris Jericho was on the show. We had baseball stars. Everyone all over.
I actually wanted to ask about the wrestling portion of it. I'm a former independent pro wrestler back in the day here in the South. But in wrestling, there's a lot of improv that goes along with that. Have you found it easier maybe to work with wrestlers in certain ways because of that improv background, what they have?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think wrestlers are used to improvising. It's so much of our show. You got to roll with what happens. So it's always been, we have a lot of, we're huge wrestling fans too. So we go to all the events all the time, but yeah, I think they do well at the show. But I think all athletes do, because there's a certain one-upmanship, like a sportsman one-upmanship that athletes have that is similar to what the guys and I do on the show, like trying to outdo each other all the time or undercut each other. It's kind of hijinks you see in the locker room all the time, So I think there's a natural correlation between jokers and sports and athletes.
One thing that I'm curious about, I've done improv actually here in the Raleigh area. I did it for a better part of 6 years, but unfortunately work's kind of got in the way from me actually still getting on stage and doing that. But always raising the stakes. You talk about the one-ups and stuff. There's always the raising the stakes when it comes to stuff that I've learned in improv. And I'm curious, does it eventually get to a point where, can we raise the bar any further with what we do? Because you guys keep setting the bar high.
That is literally what I'm grappling with right now, because we just started work on season 12 of Jokers. Season 11 is on TV every Thursday night, but we started filming season 12. But at the end of 11, it just aired 2 months ago, this episode, I faked my own death. They put me on top of a sports car, a race car with a professional driver. I was strapped to the hood and the windshield, almost like a human windshield, as the race car driver raced around the track at 80, 90 miles an hour. And I'm screaming, I'm reading a chapter of an audiobook. What Sal didn't know is the whole thing was a double cross. And after 15 minutes of racing on top of this car around a racetrack, the car driver pulled around a blind spot. I got ripped off the car. A duplicate car pulled off at speed with a stunt guy on top, dressed just like me, holding a book just like me. And the driver took a turn too tight, and the stunt guy flew off the car. And Sal across the racetrack thought he saw me fly off the car and get hurt, killed, maimed, who knows what. So he goes running. The whole crew is in on it. Q is in on it. I was in on it. The whole crew goes running. Sal goes running. And then an ambulance pulls around and starts working on my body on the ground. But I was one of the EMT workers. I tore off my race car fire suit. And when Sal came over, he's in a full-blown panic. He thought he killed me. And at the perfect moment, I stand up and I take my hat off, and I revealed that it was all double crossed, and I faked my own death. It's next level pranking. It's so this season I'm like, well, shoot, man, how do I one up faking my own death on the TV show to F with my best friend? It's I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to, shoot him into orbit or something. I have no idea.
But then you guys also used to do a lot more in public. It felt like, just randomly going out to a town square or something like that and going out and doing things. But now it feels like everything has to be a little bit more controlled. I'm sure you guys get, recognized all over the place, right?
We do, but I think a lot of the change you saw is from COVID and all that. Like we did 2 full seasons during COVID. So we had to switch up and be much more inside and one-on-one things like that. But now that that's all those restrictions are lifted, we're back to doing what you remember of like being out in food courts of malls and in parks and all those kind of public spectacles of horrific embarrassment. We're back doing those again. So thank God. But I mean,
stupendous. Yeah.
I'm thinking, if you guys are going back out in public and doing that and people recognizing you guys, do you get people being like, hey, can you prank me? Or can you help prank my friend? Do you get that? Other than people saying, hey, we have, my girlfriend and I do things while watching your show.
We get it, but people are like, oh my God, I see, the guys filming in the mall. I'm going to go sneak in and try to get on TV. There's no way to fake it. There's no way. Just like you can't fake it. The second you see us, we can tell you're a fan of the show immediately. And people don't become normal anymore. Like they don't walk normal. Like you'll see somebody walking by and they're just like a normal person walking. And as soon as they see us, they change. They're like they're not normal humans anymore. You can see it a mile away. So there's no way to fake getting on Impractical Jokers.
It's very interesting, the situations that you guys have kind of put yourselves in. But then also, like, I feel like if this was like a team sport, right? If you were able to like go against other teams of improv guys to get points for this, do you think that would make up a good sport? You think that could be a spectacle? You see what I'm saying? For teams to kind of go against each other on who could prank each other the best?
Do you know the original concept of the show was we consider the show a game show, or like, we're competing obviously every episode, but the original format for the show, we had 2 different versions, neither of which wound up on TV. Now we have the one that's on TV, the thumbs up, thumbs down, but we had one version where we all had heart rate monitors on and we were competing to see who could keep their heart rate the lowest while doing all these crazy pranks and things like that. And the second version was a full-blown point system, like a sporting event where you accrue points, and whoever has the least amount of points gets punished at the end of the episode. So completely like borrowing from sports entirely. And I think it would make a great sport. Like I think we should do we do tournament style stuff all the time with brackets all the time in the show. Elimination brackets, what have you. We do those kind of challenges all the time. I think that's why I think athletes would do really well in Practical Jokers,
And there's that competitive aspect. I feel like the heart rate monitor thing could be something that you could work in as part of an episode, possibly. If there's something going on, like in a food court at a mall or something along those lines, and just see like, everything gets escalated, but who can stay the most calm? I feel like that could be even just part of an episode.
I agree. We just came up with an idea yesterday in the office for season 12. That involves, I can't say it'll be a secret of the show, but it involves a heart rate monitor and the movie Final Destination. I'll leave it at that.
Say less.
If we took Final Destination, incorporated it somehow into Jokers, and strapped a heart rate monitor on you. You can extrapolate what we're going to do to Sal next season.
I can go 900 directions.
Yeah.
So this weekend you're in Raleigh, of course, and we're excited to see you. Dennis and I are going to come to, I believe, the Saturday show to see you. It'll be my first time seeing you in person, but I want to know, like, what are your thoughts of North Carolina and the South? Like, didn't you guys pass through in the movie in North Carolina or something? What are your memories of North Carolina?
We've been in North Carolina. We've been all over North Carolina. We've been to Raleigh a billion times. I lived in North Carolina for a little bit. One of the first TV shows I ever sold was at UNCG.
Okay.
Right.
That's where I graduated from.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a Spartan.
What year did you graduate?
2008.
Dude, it might have been 2008. I sold a TV show about the UNCG police force, and it was before Jokers. I started the company in 2007 or 2006, and it was about a year or two. It was probably 2008. You were probably there on campus, and I followed the campus PD. As they patrolled campus, kept peace, what have you. And UNCG is one of the few schools in America, well, back then, I don't know about now, where they were fully licensed to carry, weapons, what have you, and next level kind of weapons to protect the campus. And I got to trail them for like a month, and they have trained full police officers. And I lived there at UCG for a while. Like it might have been 2008
Wow.
2007.
Did you get any footage of them harassing any black men?
No, I did not. No, sorry, I did not. But one of the most embarrassing moments of my life was following. They took me to their training course, and they had me try. I'd never really shot a gun in my life from New York City, so they had me try out all different like assault weapons, what have you. And I tried a sniper rifle, and I laid on the ground. I'm like 28 years old, whatever it is, I'm a kid basically. And I was like, oh yeah, I can shoot a gun. I've never shot a gun in my life. And I lay down on the ground with a sniper rifle, and I pull the trigger. The recoil sends the sniper rifle back, hits my eye, and for the rest of the week I was trailing him. I had a full black eye.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, oh man, just put me back. Put me back in Brooklyn.
Yeah, where can we find this TV show? I got to watch this now.
I never aired. Like everything was pilot didn't air. It's like most TV shows don't go. So, anyways, back to the point. I love North Carolina. I love Raleigh. We've been there 100 times over the years. And yes, I'll be on tour in Raleigh at the Improv Friday and Saturday night, 2 shows each night. Get your tickets at murrlive.com. The cool thing about my live show, which you guys will see this weekend, every show is different because at the end of every show, I play Impractical Jokers live. What I mean by that is I'm going to choose somebody from the audience, put an earpiece in their ear, send them out on the streets of Raleigh. We're going to watch on screen the club. As live on the spot, they've got to do and say what I tell them to. It is outrageous and out of control and different every single show. I truly have no idea what's going to happen the entire second half of the show. It's like watching the TV show happen live in front of you.
That is stupendous.
May I volunteer?
I want to do it too.
Like 100. Yeah, I mean, I'll 100%.
I'm going to have you like playing strip high five in the streets of Raleigh.
Deal.
Let's do it.
Deal. When people go to your shows, people are expecting that, I'm sure. So I'm sure it's like something you have to incorporate as well, because you're known for what you do with Impractical Jokers. People are expecting of that as well. But even stand-up, people are seeing maybe even a different side of you because it's written material that you have that people don't normally see on television.
Yeah, but it's in the vein of Jokers. Like the first half of my show is traditional stand-up, but it's my version of stand-up where like I'm telling horrifically embarrassing stories from my life or mistakes that I've made as influenced by the TV show. Like the TV, I swear that I think the TV show has warped our brain chemistry. It has changed me because I get away with so much on TV that it's made me believe, truly I believe, that I can get away with anything I want in my real life. So I still behave the same way when I'm at home, and sometimes it works, oftentimes it doesn't. So you're going to hear some of my most embarrassing F-ups in real life because of the TV show.
Have any of your anything that's happened in the TV show become actual real business ideas? Like I'm still looking for Crispies. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything like that could possibly come out?
There's a whole website about fake products that we've created or fake service. We do those like product focus group kind of things. I mean, this being one of them. Like there's a product where, are you tired of like having multiple sets of glasses with different focal lengths, one for reading, one for distance, sunglasses? If you're tired of carrying around 3 or 4 pairs of glasses, now we have one easy to use device. You can carry with you everywhere. It has all possible focal lengths built into one convenient, easy to transport device called the Realm 360. It's just so much more convenient than carrying around multiple sets of glasses. It's just, you can have all your prescriptions, your bifocals, your distance. It's just so much easier, all these kind of things. So that would not make a good product, but there are products that we've done on the TV show that people have made into real businesses. One of them was I want to get it right. We had this bullshit product where we would write if you had like it's crazy. If you had a family member in the military and you wanted to write them, but you're tired of writing them letters every week, you could join this service and they would fake writing your loved one in the military every week. So the loved one would still think it's you writing, but it's not. It's like the service that they would write to your loved one overseas, which is batshit crazy.
Right.
We could also write to your wife at home, if you're on business trips and you're tired of writing her letters or emails, this service would write her or text her for you, and she would believe it's you writing, but it's not. This way you can live your life. It's now a real company, a real service.
Sounds like AI.
It's AI. Would you pay? It's paid AI. It's paid I. Paid I.
That's stupendous. I do want to ask about like your any of the New York sports teams, are those your teams? Knicks, Jets, Giants, any of those teams? And what do you feel like some of the outlooks of your teams are right now?
So fellas, we have a predicament in the Murray household because I was raised a Giants fan and Mets fan. My family had Giants season tickets since the 1950s, so it was literally in my DNA, and it got handed down to my father, got handed down to us, my cousins, the season tickets. The problem is my wife is from Philly. So you see the problem here, right?
Oh, yes.
So like last weekend, we're watching the Super Bowl. I had to wear an Eagles jersey. I posted a video of us at an Eagles game. We go to Eagles games all the time. I've got to hide my Giants fandom for the Eagles because she's an Eagles fan. And you know what they say, a happy wife, happy life. So I've got to, I'm disguising my true fanhood and pretending to be an Eagles fan. And, it's tough, but yeah, you got to deal with it. And then we filmed, I just shot a movie in Kansas City, and I was living in Kansas City for a few months making the movie. So I've got to also pretend to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan, for all our friends and the cast members that were in the movie. And we filmed the movie, and I'm back on tour in Kansas City coming up. So I'm touring all over the place, man. What do I do?
Well, this is a show for Panthers fans, and so we've been in the dumps a little lately. I guess so, the Giants, right? So do you have any encouraging words for Panthers fans to help us get through, since we're in the same predicament?
So last year, I got contacted by the Giants to give a pep talk to the team. No joke. Murr, we know you're raised in New York. We know your family has season tickets, blah, blah, blah. Will you give a pep talk to the team? I wasn't available, but also I almost shit my pants thinking about, like, what am I going to say to these professional athletes that are at the top of their game, but also at the bottom of their game? What do I tell them? I was like, hey, guys, I just get my nipples pierced on TV as a joke. Like, what do I tell them? So do I have any advice for the Panthers? No, man. Do what you do. I don't know. I guess I just hope both teams have fun.
I'm sorry. Could you do like a 20-second pep talk for the Carolina Panthers?
Sure.
That'll be. I'm gonna have to put that part on television.
I'll do it.
This is part.
Okay. Hey, Carolina Panthers, it's Murr from the TV show Impractical Jokers. I'm a huge fan of yours. Listen, I want to give you a little pep talk, okay? From the guys and from the TV show. Here's the pep talk. Don't lose. Keep up the great work, fellas. I don't know.
Well done.
Love it.
It's
that's going on television.
It is. Maybe the pep talk is to tell, though, if you get invited to talk to the Giants, like, hey guys, I fully commit to the bit. Maybe you should fully dedicate to yours as well. Maybe that's
let's not I don't want to sass any professional athletes.
Oh, I know, that's fair. That's fair. Like, wait, who's this guy? Yeah. Murr, where can people get tickets again if they want to go to Raleigh Improv Friday night, Saturday night? Where can people get tickets?
Sure. You go to the Raleigh Improv website or go to murrlive.com. I'll be there Friday, Saturday night performing at the Improv. It's going to be so much fun. Every show is different. If you're a fan of Impractical Jokers, you're going to love my live stand-up comedy show even more. It's going to be so much fun. I'll see you guys this weekend.
All right, Chris, I think the pep talk from Murr was pretty spot on. Can't complain. Big thanks to him for joining us. It was a little bit different than what we normally do here on Panthers Playbook. Big thanks to Murr. It was a lot of fun. If you are in the Raleigh area this weekend, please go check it out. It's the shows. We're going to be there on Saturday night. It's going to be an absolutely fun time.
Yeah, it's always good to have a little laugh break for a little bit and hear from somebody else. But yeah, if you're in Raleigh, make sure you go check them out. I'll be in Raleigh. I'll be seeing shows in Raleigh and Charlotte this weekend as we're recording, because the Hot Boys are getting together in Charlotte, and I'm seeing that Sunday night, and I'm seeing Murr on Saturday night. I'm having a fun weekend.
You, sir, are the number one stunner. I can tell you that right now.
Well, what? Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
That's the big time with Chris Lea. Dennis Cox with you again. Leave your thoughts in the comments section down below.
And that's the hot boy, Dennis Cox.
We'll see y'all
If
next
don't
week.
Google that though, because if you Google that,
No, actually, don't Google that. We'll see you guys next week.
turn out really bad.